another strange game. I don't think it'll lighten any of the pressure on Russell Martin. Unfortunately for him, I think it was a game they were in total control over. Should have been coasting to 3 points, and then had an absolute wobble for about half an hour. And we're looking as though we're going to lose the game, and then they get a result. So a good result, but I think there's still concerns about the performance and mentality. But they got a win, and that they're kind of at the stage. But now they need to just keep getting wins. They can't really criticise them when they win, especially at Livingston away. It's a tough old place, but I don't think the punters will be too appeased. I don't know what you think, but I can't see them just thinking, okay, we're always rosy in the garden again.
Mick, I've just sat and watched a game for the first time in my life where an away team gets a winner in injury time, and the first thing the sports do is chant for the manager's head.
Aye,
I mean that's what happened. But no sooner had Max Aarons hit the back of the net than they were chanting for Russell Martin to go to somewhere.
That's not a sustainable situation, is it? Really? I mean, the manager's so far gone that even last minute winners aren't being celebrated for him. You can't even enjoy a last minute winner. So to me, that looks untenable. But I don't know. I mean, the Rangers owners seem to be behind them, so they might have to go on with it. I mean, when you look at the fixtures next 6 games until the League Cup semi-final. They win all 6, and that gives them a breathing space, or are they going to just rumble on to the next bad one and it comes out again? I don't know. It just seems to be that it's almost too far gone, doesn't it?
Well, we're about to be joined live from Livingston by Andy Newport from Record Sport, who was at the game today. But I think, Andy, we're just talking about the situation with Russell Martin. The fact that he remains in a job, the fact that Rangers fans are celebrating a last-minute winner by singing for his head, it's kind of got. Have we not reached a point here where if a decision hasn't been taken to remove him from the position at this point, then it's probably not going to happen? Because how much worse can it get?
No, I think it looks likely that he's going to get at least until the international break. I would think just with the way the fixtures are falling. They've got to go to Gers on Thursday night. They get Falkirk to go to on Sunday. There's not really time for the new board to get anybody else in and give them any sort of time to work with their squad. So I would expect that whatever happens on Thursday night in Gers, whatever happens in Falkirk, he's going to be in charge until at least the final whistle in that game in Falkirk. I think the international break seems like one of these natural points where you can draw breath and assess how things have gone. If he can get himself another couple of victories before that point, then so much the better for him. But if things are continuing to sort of stagger on as they have been, and today, I don't know what you guys have been discussing, but I thought for 45 minutes it was his side's best performance, certainly domestically, since he's been in charge. But yet again, this is a team that are so flaky, so lacking in self-belief. They're just so easily swept aside. They get taken totally off track and really allow a Livingston team that went at the races in the first half to come in and dominate large portions of the second half. So if that kind of form continues, if we see another really tepid, insipid performance like we saw against Genk when they go to Graz, then I'm not so sure what kind of evidence there is to suggest that he's taking this team. He's developing, he's pushing this team on. For me, the team's went backwards since he came in. He's now got the players in that he wanted. He's got a settled squad, like he's been talking about. The transfer window shutting, there was a lot of uncertainty around a number of players. All that's gone away. He said when that happened, you would see an improvement. Okay, for 45 minutes they look better, but it's against a Livingston team that frankly they should be beaten. They should be beaten comfortably. Newly promoted with a budget far and away smaller than Rangers Russell Martin's got to work with, and yet again it's another quite a, especially second half, a really ropey performance where they were lucky to get away with a win in the end. So I think the question marks over Russell Martin's future are still hanging around. They're not budging.
Yeah, but listen, here's an odd thing, right? I accept what you're saying there, Andy. It was a better Rangers performance. They looked a bit better in the first half.
They should do. Yeah, that's what they should do. It's been long enough.
But what I'm going to say about that is, it almost felt as if they'd gone their own way. The players were doing their own thing. It was far more aggressive, front-footed, direct. There was purpose to the possession. And
Well, I think that's what Russell Martin has always said. I think he definitely saw patterns of play. There was a move that happened just before Majowski has his chance the first half, which anytime a couple of times I've been able to watch Rangers train this season, that was all sort of stuff that they've worked on in training. So Russell Martin will say that is what the style of play is supposed to look like. It's one touch stuff. It's played at a speed and it's incisive and it cuts through. The trouble is with this Rangers team is that they're too slow. They take too many touches in the ball and they play backwards and sideways too often instead of forwards. So
that's what I was going to say, Andy. It almost looked as if they'd come out with the handbrake on for the second half, because everything that they did well in the first half, they stopped doing after they're going into the dressing room to meet the manager at half time.
I mean, we did ask that question to the manager in the post-match press conference. He sort of blamed it on the pitch being sticky. And, again, I'll cut him some slack because the pitch here is awful. All these Astro pitches are awful. I'm not a fan of it. I've not seen one yet that I like.
That's meant to be a good one.
Well, they're all terrible for as far as there was players slipping and sliding all over the shop. I don't think I've ever seen a good game of football on one of these.
I can't believe you're slagging a 4G, Andrew.
Steady, you. Steady. So
they don't all come from Turkey, you know.
Easy. So the fact that he was again he's always got something to blame. I mean, I think that's been the thing that a lot of fans have taken the issue with, is that he's not really ever stuck his hand up and go, it was the tactics that weren't. It was either the players not being confident enough. It's the fixture list. It's the off-field stuff with transfers. And I mean, to be fair, he didn't really. Well, he made mention of the pitch again today. He didn't make too much of a mention of it, but I think that was just because he's got away with the win. So